So this is our first residential investigation. This is a friend of Clayton's who's actually reached out to Clayton and wanted us to come and check out and see if these creepy vibes they're getting, these shadows they're seeing out of the corner of their eye are something or are they not? So here we are in Bloomington, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis, at a nice quiet street in suburbia, if you will. And we're ready to see if we can get these spirits to tell us their story. The attic is a hot spot.
Yeah, it was very interesting the other night. My roommate's friend from work came over and they were like Liza's feather stiff as a board in the attic. And so like I came back down because I wasn't playing games.
You were not going to be part of that.
No, we were intoxicated. But so and I like they just started banging and banging and banging. I'm just like, that's enough. Like I'm trying to go to sleep. And I go up and they're like, we're locked in here and the doorknob is in the middle of the floor. Just like I went to grab the door but the doorknob was attached on the other side, so.
But how far away was the doorknob?
In the middle of the room. Like I mean it's probably about the room size this big.
Let's go see it.
Sure, but it was this door. And this door, this was still on. But this other side was in the middle of the floor.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you spoke to Molly.
Yes. Well, she was talking about asking me if there was a factory nearby, and I was like, I'm not really sure. She was like, maybe across the street or something. It's just that Catholic church across the street. I don't know how long it's been there.
It looks like forever.
Yeah, right. And so she was just like, it seems like a man from like the 50s. She's like, he has really high-waisted khaki pants, like maybe a man in his mid-40s, and he just comes like, he's like, she was like, he can't really get in the house, but he like stands outside of it. And
even where the addition is, which maybe that wasn't there back then.
Right, maybe not.
So, but yeah, it's really light feeling basement.
Yeah, it is. A lot more so than I thought it was going to be.
We are just gonna sage the entire house.
Yeah, we'll just smudge it all and just ask any negative entities to leave. I feel bad kicking out nice entities, but if you want me to do that, I can say everybody has to go.
I don't care, I'm leaving.
And this just goes back upstairs?
Correct, yeah, to the backyard.
Okay. Well, do you want to get some drone footage, Clayton? Clayton, just tell me how you feel from here, from this side of the threshold to this side of the threshold. Just walk through real slowly.
I don't know if it's because there's a slight temperature change. Like I don't feel like any.
All the hair on my arm stands up when I walk in here.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Or not.
Well, you know, my thought. You've got this church across the street where funerals happen all the time.
Absolutely. Literally, there's probably been 6 this summer. It's just constant.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I wish I did. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Hey, Clayton, let's get a hold of my friend Tiffany Rice and see if she'll do a reading via FaceTime. Hello, gorgeous. How are ya? So I'm gonna switch this around and introduce you to Glenn.
Hello.
This is Glenn. He lives here.
Hello.
He's the one that got in touch with us about investigating.
Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do, if you can just turn me around, so you can just walk me around to locations.
Okay.
We'll start from the beginning, and I'll just tell you what I'm getting.
Okay, so we'll start in the room we were just in.
Okay.
Yep. This is the living family room area.
Okay, this is the back of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you can just kind of have me look around the room. Keep getting this male energy in this room, and he keeps on going over to the windows, and he's looking out back.
Okay.
And Glenn, because I feel like he tries to contact you frequently.
Okay.
Okay. And I also want to acknowledge the name James.
Mm-hmm.
So James could be Jim, James, any variation of the name.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this guy follows you, not in a creepy way. I know it's creepy because you can't see him, but I feel like he's with you frequently. And there's also, like, an all-new kitchen.
Let's go to the kitchen.
And he's just acknowledging switching cabinets. You guys just switched cabinets now?
A few months ago, a couple months ago, because people moved out and then I moved in and we had to get new stuff because they took all their stuff with them.
Okay, I think what he's showing me is just changes.
Do you want me to continue walking?
Yeah, let's keep on going.
This hallway here, there's a couple bedrooms and a bathroom off here.
And there's a bedroom that's a makeshift office.
Is there?
It was upstairs. I had a keyboard in it and a desk.
There was one upstairs. It's not there anymore.
Okay. I feel like the most energy I got so far was in that original space with the addition of the living room. Because I feel like his energy is really strong there, but he also has a connection to you. Getting that male energy, and I feel like it's a lot of change. And it's your classic case of any type of paranormal. Whenever there's construction or change, or, I mean, with people moving in and out constantly, that's probably a good indication of why they're feeling all of this strong energy.
So there's this little room over here.
Thank you. I was just going to say, like, there's a little bedroom or there's the little office right beyond that. That's what they were showing me.
Really? Okay.
What's this deal?
So it's like a little attic
Yeah,
area
piano's
in
over
here.
here.
It's really
That's
kind of
awesome.
cute. If I was 10 years old, I'd love it in here. Do you want to know about the experience some girls had up here, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, Glenn, you're on.
My roommate Alyssa and her co-worker Finn, they were up here. We were intoxicated, and we were just messing around. And she wanted to play light as a feather, stiff as a board, and I just went downstairs. And then they were banging on the doors, and I was trying to go to sleep, so I was upset. And I came up here, and they were like, "We're locked in here," and the doorknob was taken off and in the middle of the room.
What?
So we thought that was interesting. We do have a REM pod sitting right outside the door here, and a camera on it just in case anything. I don't feel anything negative up here. It feels a little different. I don't know if it's because the room's so tiny and because it's, you know, an A-frame, but
I'm just going to say it's shaped differently. Yep.
cool. Very cool. Well, we'll let you know what we end up finding out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very, very, very curious. Because obviously I can't tell you what I'm feeling, but then with your evidence, if you do get any evidence, it can at least give us some sort of facts and kind of put the pieces together. I like to put the emotional pieces together. You like to put the factual pieces together. So
Exactly.
It's just,
And we tell a story in the end.
I know.
Yay!
You do. I'm excited.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to actually physically investigating with you. Is that still going to happen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Go ahead and get the lights. Let's lock doors, just in case.
Do you want this shut or no?
No, just I don't want anybody coming. People scare me more than ghosts.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the spirit box on, and we're just wanting to communicate with you, find out if what Tiffany had just told us is what you're feeling. So I'm Kitsy. We've got Clayton, we've got Carter, and you know Glenn. This room seems to have the most activity in it. So we're just here to have you tell us your story. Have James here with us? I don't know. We've had this running for hours, and it's never had so many voices in a row like that the entire time. Yes. What were you saying, Carter? I'm sorry. I did hear the little kid's voice. So, Glenn, one of my theories is with the church being across the street and all the funerals that happen there. I don't know. It is, and maybe there's a path to the other side. Maybe this is just a pathway.
We come out of love and light and peace and happiness. We are strictly here to learn about you and to communicate with you and to tell your story.
See, I feel like there's somebody standing in the dining room right now. Who's in the dining room right now?
I think when you acknowledged it being in the dining room, it like retreated into that hallway, you know? What happened?
I didn't realize Carter was standing next to me. Please don't be afraid of us.
Help?
Help me. Who needs help? What is that jingling?
Turn it off?
You want us to turn it off?
What is that noise? Yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's in the box.
It is?
Yeah. Over all the stations. Can you come in this room and touch one of us? Or show yourself to one of us? In the hall. Can you come out of the hall? Keep hearing a male and a female child.
What? I was looking at
Jingling again.
I know. What is that?
That doesn't sound like it's a box.
My keys are in a glass bowl in the front door. He said his keys are in a glass bowl in the front door, but it sounds like a ringtone or like a watch alarm.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Here,
that's not it.
just here, just stand still. All right, I'm gonna turn it back on. What is that? Party?
I thought it said Ferrari now. That
Oh.
female voice said
Right here. That's what I heard.
Really? What are you looking for? Come out, wherever you are. Did you say this bitch?
Yes.
Sounds like it said I'm coming after you said that.
Come out, wherever you are.
Hey, could you turn that off just real quick? I'm gonna try something. Okay, so now I'm speaking directly to the entity that was in the dining room and walked in the hallway. Can you walk out here and maybe move something? You can touch the glass cabinet in the dining room. You can move something in the kitchen. Whatever room you're in back there. We're not here to hurt you or to harm you in any way. We're not here to take you from here.
We really need to know who's in the hallway.
What is that?
Did you go get everything again?
Yeah, it's every time like
Only one.
it's every time like
Only one.
What was that?
hey Yon, I'm sorry.
Time for bed.
I actually heard time for bed.
Time for bed.
Can anyone that's in communication with us tell us the name of someone in this house?
Tell me the name of the people who live here. What are the names of the girls? I heard Alyssa.
squeaking noise that they were doing?
Something scratch you?
Something like a bug bite, but
I'll look at you flashing.
I'm not like No. Great.
Okay.
I'll always keep an eye on that.
It's weird.
Should we try going up to the bedroom?
Back into the bedroom, so you said?
Go
Uh,
up to the bedroom?
Upstairs to the attic. The reason I was really excited to get up here is Glenn was telling us earlier that his roommates were messing around in the attic because, you know, they've had all these ghosty senses going on here, and the girls were goofing around trying some lights of feathers, stiff as a board, you know, slumber party tricks. And they were in there and couldn't get out. When they were done, the door wouldn't open, so they were making a ruckus. Poor Glenn was trying to sleep, and so he comes up here and finds the doorknob from that door in the middle of the room, which I think is fucking nuts. And that's why I want to find out what, I don't know if it's like a trickster entity. I don't feel like there's anything evil in this house. I don't.
Me either.
What I want to do is, we've got this recorder. So any spirits that are in the room with us, if you try to enunciate and speak loud enough, when we ask you questions, if you answer them, we'll be able to hear them right here and right now. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So if there are any spirits in this room, so my name is Kitsy, we've got Clayton, we've got Glenn, and we've got Carter. Can you tell us your name? Can you tell us how old you are? Can you say your name, please? Anybody else here shuffling on the carpet?
Yeah, I was just getting ready.
Can you say
Did
your
you hear
name,
that?
please?
Do you hear that? Buck, buck, buck. Do you hear that? Take it back. You can, it sounds like 5 seconds after. It
Can you
sounds
say your
like
name, please?
feet prints in carpet.
That's what we heard.
I know. You hear that? You can hear it so well.
Yeah.
Somebody else here shuffling on the carpet. Else here shuffle. Somebody else here shuffle.
Yeah. You can draw energy from all of us, from all of our devices, from anything in this house that may have a battery. I'm sorry if you feel that the girls disrespected you by trying to play games, but understand that when they're seeing things out of the corner of their eye, they're a little scared too.
I'd like to find out more about the person who took the doorknob off of the door right there. So I have this box, which I'm sure you've heard this entire evening that we had on downstairs. And what you can do is, once I turn it on, we can hear your voice and you can answer our questions. You can even ask us questions. We'd like to know more about your experience with the girls. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Hello. I'd like to talk to the person who had locked the girls in the closet. What? That would be something. Can you tell me your name? I don't know what that was. So what I'm doing right here is actually turning more the noise reduction on.
Light?
What's your name?
Robbie.
Robbie, for sure, Robbie.
I feel really cold right here.
Do you?
Like getting goosebumps now.
Did you hear that?
No?
The bells?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Play.
Who's the child? Are you still feeling cold spots, Mike? No. It just kind of came and went.
Yeah.
Are there any entities that come over from the church here?
And all the voices we could have been getting earlier could be from the church too.
Wait.
Wait for what?
I swore I saw something in the hallway.
Shadow.
That's kind of huge.
It headed that way?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel something behind me. It's all over me.
Come on out and communicate with us, please.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's strong.
It's so cold.
Drawing energy. That's what they say the cold is. You can pull energy.
That was a lame Wonderbox session.
Yeah, it really was. Did you go into the attic?
Try the 2 something and a haircut.
Okay, so I'm going to knock on the wall. I'm going to play the shave and a haircut game. So all you have to do is knock back. So I'm going to do the bump, bump, a bump, bump. And you knock back for me, okay?
Did you hear that?
In there?
In there.
Yeah.
Was that in there?
Yes.
No, I thought you guys
heard that
moved.
too.
No.
No.
That's...
Awesome. I was just thinking about going in there.
You should.
A little investigation.
We'll stay out here.
Can I come in here with you?
Just in case the door shuts.
I love you, Mom.
What are you talking about? I need a cameraman.
What?
You
got a
it's in
camera
your hand.
Are you in here? Can you come in here with me?
She said you just came in here with me.
Can you come in here and touch me on the shoulder? You can shut the door.
If you're unhappy that Kitsy went in your playroom, you shut that door.
I will lose my shit and vomit.
Just don't stand up real fast, because then
That's
you'll
exactly
also
what I'll do. And then I'll have the nail in my head.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm going to knock in here. This is going to be your last hurrah, your last chance. Just let us know that you're here, okay? Something knocked as I was knocking right above my head.
It was an echo.
No, it was like a plink. Can you wait till after I'm done? Hey guys, let's go downstairs and have Glenn do a dowsing rod session. Tiffany said the male entity was attached to Glenn. Totally fine, yeah. There's the, so the handles are right here.
Okay, so basically what they do is you hold them just relaxed and straight, and then
Do them straight.
yeah, could be. You ask questions, and then they're able to move them and manipulate them, hopefully to answer you. What we typically do is ask them to cross them for like yeses or so.
I'm sorry?
It's completely crossed now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, wow. So the spirit that crossed those, can you uncross that so we know that it's you?
There you go. Keep going. You got it. Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of like the whole science. I mean, I won't touch one, the Ouija board, but again, I don't do them. But however, it takes until you do it for yourself to realize that. Because I'll be honest, did you hear that?
What?
You did not hear that.
What did you hear?
Like a really high, like almost like a really faint scream. Like my
Are you covered in goosebumps?
covered in, that was scary.
Sometimes they only talk to who they want to.
Anyways, hopefully the recorder picks something up.
If you want us to go into the hallway, can you cross these back straight? Are you pointing these rods at where you're looking? Are you looking out the windows? This left one is now on my arm. It's completely about face.
Completely back.
See if you can get it to point directly towards the front door.
Can you point towards the front door? Can you move these rods to face the front door?
We just want to know that it's really you.
Oh.
There we go.
Great job.
Perfect.
That was crazy.
I just got goosebumps all over my body.
That was
Oh, yeah.
That moved so well.
And it's dead on straight at the front
It
door.
really, and it just stopped.
Cross if this is James that I'm speaking to.
Why are they going the complete opposite way? Okay.
So just move to touch me again.
Remember how they keep going backwards?
We're looking out the back windows.
Yeah, Tiffany kept
Yes.
saying that.
Can I stand up?
Absolutely.
You
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
absolutely can.
Okay, I'm going to reset these rods. So we're looking out the back windows. If you're also looking out the back windows, can we cross the rods?
Is my IR messing with your camera at all?
But we're crossed.
Crossed.
You are crossed.
So we're both looking out this back window. Can you communicate with me and tell me if I remind you of someone from when you were here or your past? If so, please cross the rods. We're crossed. Do you have a son named James? If so, uncross the rods.
As the dowsing rods began to work in the family room, unbeknownst to us, this is caught on our static cam in the hallway between the kitchen and the front door. We have never captured anything like this before. No IR lights were shooting toward this direction, so there's absolutely no reflection happening at this time. The television is facing no windows, doors, or anywhere else where light could be coming in from another source. This is the only time this happens the entire evening. It almost has a 3D look to it. You can see it emerge out of the television, which is unplugged, and then move to the left. We have no explanation for what this could be. Do you have any thoughts?
If you have a son named James, can you please cross these rods?
Maybe James is the last name? Anybody else was here
You're
though?
now crossed.
I heard a bumping from the living room or kitchen area. Keep going, I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm going to reset these rods. Just one moment, please.
Someone in here making noise? Can you do it again?
So unbelievably weird.
Because like you watch this stuff and you're like, a little
It's a
part
bunch
of
of
you,
bullshit.
Yeah, a little part of you really thinks they're doing.
Okay, these rods are parallel. Can you cross them if James is here with us now?
Can you knock twice? Like you just did?
So you're telling me that James is here with us now?
Pretty sure it was just house settling noise in the kitchen.
There's nothing. If there's nothing here we need to worry about, can you uncross the rods? That's cool.
Thank you for that affirmation, James. I really appreciate that. So there's definitely nothing to worry about.
Look,
Yeah.
it's gonna wrap around and hug
Yep.
you.
He's like, nah, man, I'm
James,
chill.
I really appreciate how wonderful you're being right now.
What if that's just him trying to hug you?
I appreciate it.
Kitty, so I said, is your son's name James? Or Glenn said it and it crossed, and then he asked if he was here with us and it.
Yes.
So then I said, and they were crossed, and I said, if James something that we need to worry about, uncross the rods. And they didn't move. And I said, if there's nothing here that anyone should worry about, uncross the rods. And they literally went from crossed, wrapped around, and are on his arms. You said you heard Robert?
I did hear Robert.
But Robert's my first name.
Yeah, that's
so-
Glenn's real first name.
What? No!
Yeah.
I
It's
swear
a-
I've never told her that.
Never. And the spirit box session I did, James came over, and then the name Robert came over. I said, is there anybody else there with you? And he said, Robert. What? Does that not give you goosebumps right
It
now?
actually very much does.
Yeah. Are there any spirits that would like to communicate from our next location? Looking to speak to a James. James, are you at the location I'm going to be at next week? What do you want me to tell the people that are in the house that you keep showing yourself to? Need you to try a little harder, James. I will pass the message on. But you need to be very clear. Is it just you at the house, James? Who else is with you? Robert? With James? Okay. So it's Robert and James at the house on High Street. Well, James and Robert, I thank you for your time. I leave you in love, light, peace, and positivity.
It's weird, I told you.
No, it's like.
Do you want to sit, sweetie?
I can now.
We're not used to
like
having
this window.
furniture and,
Yeah.
and pillows
Comfortable
at these
places to
things.
sit. Yeah, so my question for James is, are you Robert or Glenn's spirit guide?
I was thinking that too.
Let me know what it does, because I can't see.
Cross.
Really? Oh, you met your spirit guide.
James, if you are my Grandpa James Weaver, will you please uncross the bars?
Did they uncross?
And that's why it keeps hugging you.
Oh my god! That's so magical.
What?
What? That's why he calls you Robert. Probably, right?
Maybe.
Were you close with that grandfather?
He died when I was, in late elementary school.
He's probably been like your guardian angel ever since.
Oh.
James, if you know Hildegard, cross these bars.
Oh my god, it's legit one of your family members. Here, this is your spirit guide, your guardian angel, your grandfather. Oh my gosh, I am covered in goosebumps right now.
My eyes are literally watering.
I know.
Oh my god.
This is the happiest investigation
so
ever.
weird.
Wow, that's... Go ahead, ask any questions you want. This is your moment.
Well, we'll see here. Okay. James, if you knew that we called Hildegard Granny, cross the rods.
Oh my god, on cue. I'm curious if he'll answer questions while Clayton...
That's what I'm saying,
Okay.
because, and like, you can even ask something like that may not be true. It's like kind of debunking the movement. So, is that Robert is going to continue to speak with you?
James, if you were part of the Masonic Lodge, please cross the rods.
Was he?
Yes, he was. Well, thank you for that affirmation, James.
So, most questions?
All. Did you decide to point at me, James?
That was so weird.
As he was speaking, the one just...
Mm-hmm. James, is your army trunk in my parents' garage? If so, cross the rods. I should name them here. They're crossed.
They're crossed, both pointing at you.
Yeah,
Is that true?
it's true. Please.
That was when you started speaking and the one went right over to you. I could it sounds weird, but like I could feel my pulse in my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
yeah.
It was just like
This is very interesting.
This is very exciting. We've never been able to, like, pinpoint something like this so much. Well, that's exciting. It's not anything
Yeah.
bad, and it's
trying to
super
think of anything
protective.
So what just happened?
It seems to be the case that I made contact with my great-grandpa Weaver, James Weaver. James, if you are my Grandpa James Weaver, will you please uncross the bars?
and that's why it keeps hugging you.
Oh my god!
And all the questions that we have used with the dowsing rods, with the dowsing rods were affirmed. It's just like only answers that like family members would know.
I'm done. I'm still recording.
We had Tiffany do a FaceTime thing, which still kind of a skeptic on the whole FaceTiming thing, but people say that the whole separate location medium thing works, so just have to prove it. Some of the things she said is kind of going with what we're finding.
And Clay, because I feel like he tries to contact you frequently.
Okay.
Okay? And I also want to acknowledge the name James.
Yeah, so it was crazy. We were using the dowsing rods with someone who's on their first investigation with us. He asked us to come and investigate his property. And what we found out was that it might not be so much the property as it is with Glenn, or his real name's Robert. I compared it to using a Ouija board, which I don't know because I won't touch one. But people always say like, oh, I'm sure they're moving the piece or the planchette. And it's the same with the dowsing rods. You see videos of people using dowsing rods and you think they're moving them themselves, but there were a couple times that you can see with Glenn using the dowsing rods that when they'd be apart and he would say, put the rods straight.
Can you point towards the front door? Can you move these rods to face the front door?
We just want to know that it's really you.
Oh.
Here we go.
Great job.
Perfect.
That was crazy.
And at one point they literally swung and were swinging at a pretty decent pace and just stopped. I got bit by something.
Oh, it's that.
What?
That squeaking noise that
Here, let's look.
There's nothing there.
I jumped, like I felt something
I know.
with me, but
I'm pretty sure my camera was on you when that happened. You cannot outdo me. I'm just saying.
wait.
I need lipstick. So we're at Clayton's friend's house. We're at
I'm done.
So yeah, we're here in my hometown, Bloomington, and we're at Clayton's friend's house, and we really didn't know what to expect. And I am just completely blown away with the responses, and that it's actually Glenn's grandfather, and the name James and the name Robert had come over my spirit box last week when I was asking questions about this location. And then come to find out Glenn's real first name is Robert. I was floored. It was absolutely insane. I feel like I'm gonna cry all of a sudden. But there was this one voice that sounded like a female or a young male child that said, help me. And that's what's been resonating in my head ever since. Please don't be afraid of us. Help me. I don't think we heard it again, and that's why I had this overwhelming sense to cry for no reason. But anyway, I digress. The communication with Glenn and his grandfather, the fact that he said he was his guardian angel, his spirit guide, was absolutely amazing. I'm cleansing this home of any darkness, any toxins, any negativities. You must leave now. Leaving only love, light, peace, and positivity for all who live here, all that is in here, and all that come here. Any darkness, any toxins, any negativities must leave now. Your exit has been provided. This home should be filled with love, light, peace, positivity, and happiness only. Anyone who's here for that is allowed to stay. Any spirits that would like to move on to the light, now's your chance. Surround yourself in love, light, peace, and positivity, and move on to be with your loved ones.